Thank you for joining us. This is The Nest, and it is time for yet another conversation right here on the show. You know that we ensure that we get to entertain you and inform you all at the same time, and today is no different. I am going to be having an amazing conversation with our guest today, and we'll be talking matters, entrepreneurship and leadership all in general. So my guest today is someone who is diverse. He is working in so many different industries and fields. So how about you just allow me to hand it over to him so that he can be able to give himself a proper introduction. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
You're doing well this evening?
I'm doing very well.
All right, go ahead and just introduce yourself to us and let us know what you do, because I know you do a lot. So go ahead and point them all out.
My name is Festo Akonde Imbo. I'm also a member of the Public Relations Society of Kenya. So if you check on my name, you'll find Festo Akonde MPRSK. MPRSK just stands for Member of Public Relations Society of Kenya. I'm a business strategy consultant, and I'm also the founder and group CEO of Transcend Global Advisors. Transcend Global Advisors is basically a management consulting firm whereby basically we help individuals, SMEs, NGOs, governments, and multinationals to be able to help them in brand strategy and brand positioning. At the same time, we help them in enabling these specific businesses to be able to grow their brand, because as you know, most people have the tendencies of registering companies as entrepreneurs, but by the end of the day, you just realize that you're self-employed, you don't have a company in itself. So we help you build structures in your various companies and help you turn around your self-employment into a structured company that can live beyond you. That's basically in a nutshell what I do.
What you do, and you work across different industries. You know, you work in the real estate industry, you work in fintech, you work in, you know, the energy industry. Like, you are all across boards.
We're quite diverse. Like, I've worked in the financial service industry, fintech, construction, that's real estate and construction. There's a difference between real estate and construction. In real estate, there's the leasing part, there's the letting part. Construction, we actually do end-to-end construction management process. At the same time, we're also in supply chain management, end-to-end supply chain management. On the other hand, we're also in communication strategies, where in communication strategies with the current era, you cannot do any business without embedding e-commerce. Now, how well is your digital strategy put in place, both from your website perspective to the social media aspect? In that, we help your business do a digital audit. From the digital audit, we are able to deduce a digital strategy that can help your business not only get customers, but have a winning strategy that will not only give you likes, but also convert you leads.
Okay, interesting. That is really interesting. So how about we now get to know who Festo exactly is, in terms of where you grew up and how that shaped you to be the person you are right now. Take us back in time, you know, back in the days.
Back in time, it will, I'm born and raised up in Nairobi. My story is quite interesting. My personal life is just another whole chapter to itself. Born in Pumwani Maternity. Back then, Pumwani Maternity was the biggest maternity referral hospital in East and Central Africa. Funny, the stories that we see on media, we still see them today. Can you imagine back then, when I was born, I was stolen after 2 days.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
I was stolen. Then found with the community policing. We used to have a really strong provincial administration. So with the back of your ID, a chief will be able to know where you come from, even back in your village. If I wasn't found, I'll have been in a different tribe now.
That's really interesting.
Yes.
What a story.
Yes.
You know, so that's how you got to get into this world.
Yes.
And your first challenge came up to you just 2 days old.
Absolutely.
So how would you say your entire upbringing shaped you to be who you are right now?
My entire upbringing shaped me in a sense that I got the privilege of going to very good schools. But at first, if you're looking at back then in the days, we never used to have many private schools. So I went through a city council school, Eshima Primary, and then I went to high school. High school, my parents will take us to a boarding school. I think a child going through a boarding school, it gives you some level of independency, and you're able to look at things in a different way. I've been able to see some of our siblings who've not gone to boarding schools, and the ones who've gone to boarding school, how they come up. So boarding school gives you just some certain level of independency. When you are laid back, and you don't have any shopping in your boxes, you only have maybe shoe polish and the bar soaps, and how do you survive? So it makes you think outside the box. Went through college and campus. I went through Kenya School of Professional Studies, where I'm a paralegal by profession, and also did a Bachelor of Science, Communication and PR from Moi University. Currently, I'm also pursuing a Master's in Public Policy and Management from Strathmore University. My background from work, Kenya being dynamic, you have to really have specific skills to be able to help you push you in the job market. So I started my career very early. Way back in my first career, I worked as a legal assistant with Kalwala and Companies Advocates. Then I got an opportunity to work with the banks. That opened me up. But before then, I read a book, Why I Want You to Get Rich, by Nolan Trapp and Robert T. Kiyosaki. It showed that book, one thing, the pickup line, I learned that these other careers, you'd kind of like take like a staircase. But with sales, it opens you to the world. So I was curious to know what is it that is in sales that is not in these other careers. So I got my first job as a direct sales representative, you can imagine, with Standard Chartered Bank. After 2 years, I got poached with Barclays. Barclays then was a big brand, globally and both locally. I think it was #1 bank back then. I grew through the ranks from a customer advisor, sales manager, regional sales manager with Barclays, in charge of 11 branch networks. That was Nairobi East Cluster. Then I got poached with Saiton Investment as a head of business distribution manager, head of private wealth management. I was in charge of real estate and investment. The portfolios were quite big, with a portfolio of 72 billion on real estate and a portfolio of 64 billion on investment.
That's huge.
After that, I went into that is money remittance, mobile money transfer, which during COVID it had 4 directors. 3 were South Africans, 1 was Kenyan. Then with it was called what? The xenophobic thing for South Africa. 3 directors went back. Then mobile money transfer transformed into mobile SACCO. So it became a SACCO. Then later on, I went again into now construction, where I was the CEO of SkySite Construction Group. Most of the buildings coming up in Kilimani, I think I've seen them from ground up, from groundbreaking up. So when you walk, the famous building currently coming up, that's on Kovo, on Gitanga Road, where there's Quick Mart, you'll see a big building coming up. Every time you see those iconic buildings, I'm happy to look at what we've actually been able to initiate from the start.
That's really...
Then from there, I opted now to go into consultancy. Transcend Global was born. We have a mantra, elevating business beyond borders. So I have strategic partners not only in Kenya, but globally. Across the globe. Yes.
I'd love to get to understand, or for our viewers to also get to know where exactly that inspiration came from, because you've been rising up the ranks, right?
Yes.
In all these brands that you have been working with. What then inspired you to want to now start your own and start to work now as you and your company?
Every entrepreneur, if you are to be in business, you must solve a problem. You can't just go into business when you're not solving any problem. my first thing that came back in the back of my mind were the acquired skills I had acquired over the industry, and which were technical and quite a bit of a cocktail. I will rather say that when you're looking at skills, well, others are skilled, I call myself gifted, because I've worked quite across many industries. I've also been a CEO of energy firm, that is New Page Turners. That's a power line construction company. It's a big subcontractor with Kenya Power. You can't do power without being a subcontractor to Kenya Power. So it helped me learn quite a number of things within the industry. So like in Kenya in itself and the world itself, everybody is looking, the government can't employ everybody. So when everybody is crying like, oh, we're looking for opportunities, we have to think outside the box. When you go to campus, your degree, you're not taught just one skill. At some point, I'm of the opinion to review some certain degrees, because some certain degrees are more or less skewed towards a certain particular skill, like human resource degree. What does that really entail? Or project management, which is a specific skill that you learn within a specific unit. So if you're looking at it in itself, I looked at where is the niche. So I looked at business strategy and brand positioning. Why business strategy? Because most entrepreneurs, you open up businesses, you have statutory documentation, so you say you're a company owner, but in itself, it's just a shell in itself. So the main question I ask, like, without you, will your company still run?
Stand.
If the answer is no, then you need me as a business strategy consultant, being that I'm able to help you structure your business and help you your business live beyond you. I look at big brands like Coca-Cola. Like if you're looking at Coca-Cola as a brand, you will realize and understand that the name Coca-Cola is much more valuable than the assets that Coca-Cola in itself have. Look at small things like anything that you brand Coca-Cola, including the sunny water, it will sell.
That's true.
Same applies to Brookside. I'm of the opinion that if you're looking at Brookside, how it went almost in monopolizing the milk industry, I liked looking at it from a business strategy perspective. They never rebranded Delamere, because if they rebranded Delamere, they will have killed that brand. Free advice, maybe as a personal opinion, for somebody who rebranded Keringate, that was a branding blunder, because Keringate as a brand, it had already gotten its market niche, and it was already a well-known brand, than rebranding it how it looks like currently. Yes.
So strategy is really the backbone of any kind of business and brand.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, right now, just as you say, the government cannot be able to employ everyone.
Yes.
And we know we have a crisis in this country. It matters unemployment. It is a crisis, let's call it as it is.
Yes, it is.
And many young people are now wondering, you know, how to go into business. You know, you have your degrees, you have your masters, but there's no employment.
Yes.
So now, I think the next thing to do right now is for us to switch our minds, try to be creative, more creative, and try look at where exactly can I, maybe what problem can I solve? As you're saying, businesses are just, what problem are you solving?
Yes.
So probably just a word to the young people out there who may be watching the show right now. What's the best way to go about this unemployment menace? You know, if I'm thinking of starting a business, where should I start? How do I get into entrepreneurship?
That's a good question. In itself, I think the government has done quite a lot. I think amongst the 90%, or depending on how you look at my glass, half full or half empty, looking at the government in the lens of business strategy and what this government has achieved so far, I would say our glass is almost 3/4 full, considering the 2 years that the president has been in place. Why am I saying that? With the e-citizen, initially, if you're to register a company, it's common knowledge. You'll need probably a lawyer, certificate of memorandum of understanding, article of association back then, because that was Companies Act Cap 486 laws of Kenya. you will need quite a lot. But with the 2015 Act, Companies Act, you can actually be a single director having a limited company. You can imagine going through eCitizen, you don't need any intermediary. Gone are the days when you needed like a 20,000 to pay somebody to help you register a company, to only paying statutory fee on an eCitizen platform, which all of us have, to actually register a company. When we were registering Transcend Global, my documentation took a week, and I went through nobody. On my laptop, I registered.
Just online.
And that was it. But the other thing that I want to open in the mind of most young entrepreneurs and most young people is that when you went back in the days in school, I love the old school 844. I have my reservation with the current CBC and what it gives, comparing it to the international schools, what they offer students. With the old school 844, I remember when we were in primary, we used to learn things like art and craft, whereby we used to have practical workshops in primary schools. So when I left primary school back then, I was able even I can actually construct a stool. As a man now, rarely will you find me call even fundis in my house to actually fix anything. I can change locks, I can change bulbs. I just need to see, I can do a bit of electrical work, which is a skill. And that's why I'm saying I'm multi-skilled to a level that I call myself gifted. Because that level of skill set, it can only take a gift to be able to learn that fast. At the same time, with the job crunch in Kenya, and most young people, majority of them being graduates, having no jobs, you are taught more than 42 units. In each of them, just look at what is your strength in any of those units. Then pick one and use it as an advantage. And then look at it and ask yourself, what solution can I be able to offer out there? Because if you're not solving a solution, then you're not in business. Yes, until you can offer a solution. Have the entrepreneurial mind like of those guys in Juakali. You'll find like if you go to Marikiti today, during rainy seasons, don't you see those young men seated out there with small jerrycans of water and stones? What are they trying to cure? They're offering solution. If you walk in that muddy place, when you come out, your shoes will be muddy. So you will need them to be clean before you can move to the next place. So what solution are they offering? They're cleaning shoes. So if you offer any solution, you'll actually make money. Now, with many of Kenyans, I'm sure out of 10 Kenyans, about 9 or 7 of them have registered companies. But majority of them are pocket briefcase companies with just statutory documentation with nothing in itself. But then how then do you move forward? So you'll find that the question I asked you initially, that if your company, if you died today and we were to relook at your company, will your company still survive or will it die? If it will die, you need me to help you build structures and build your company beyond you as an individual.
I want us to still remain on the young people, because they are our main target audience of the show. You know, for most young people, they'll say business is not for everyone. I'm sure you've heard someone say, biashara si ya kila mtu. You know, so probably what would you say maybe are there qualities of entrepreneurs, and just is it built for a particular group of people or kind of people? I'll
call it a fallacy. Business is for everyone. Back then in the days of when we still didn't even have currency, we used to do barter trade. It's just exchange of goods and services. Now, in itself, if you are to have value, you must exchange a commodity or a service for value. So in itself, I will say, like, there's no business that is cut off for anybody. Business is for everyone. You just need to learn the skill and embrace the system. When you do it right, when you learn the skill, then I don't think there will be anything that will be so difficult for you to actually not be able to convert in business. It's a skill that can be learned.
Yeah, so it's for everyone and anyone, as long as you're interested and ready to get to learn a thing or two on it.
Yes.
So we demystify that biashara sio ya kila mtu.
Biashara ni ya kila mtu.
Yeah.
It's a skill that can be learned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are in the digital era, digital age. We live in a digital world right now. Maybe how can one use that to their advantage? You know, innovation right now in across all industries. Innovation is just, it's evolving, you know, it keeps growing. So how to go about that and how to ensure that, you know, you are not left behind?
That's a good question. I will tell you, like, Kenya stands in a place that if you took advantage as a young individual, you'll actually go very far. But by first looking at what are the advantages that you have. If you got the privilege to travel across Africa, you will realize and understand that we are actually privileged in quite a number of things. In the fintech space, we are literally #1 in the globe. With the M-Pesa innovation and with how we use mobile wallet and M-Pesa being an anchor product, not only in Africa, but across the world. Nowadays, you find that out of 10 Kenyans, about 9 of them are cashless. Yeah. We are just operating with our mobile, like currently.
Even our mama mbogas, we just transact.
We just transact.
Yeah.
The same way we are cashless is the same way our digital IQ is that high. So in itself, I'm looking at it per se, like what are the available opportunities? How then can we be able to embrace the digital marketplace to incorporate it within our business network? So #1, you cannot do any business today without embedding it, embracing e-commerce. And by e-commerce, I look at what do you have an enabling website to actually help you do your business. But in itself, you don't need per se a website. It's not a must for you to actually be able to do business. Everything is transitional. So you don't also wait like until you can be able to get money to do a website is when you can be able to do your business. If you do a digital audit in most companies, you will realize and understand that most companies don't have actually what you call a functional website, but they have what you call an administrative website. From a business strategy perspective, you look at what you call an uptime. An uptime is the amount of time that you spend in a website. There's some websites you just enter, within 2 seconds you are out. Now, when you're looking at a digital audit in itself, there's quite a number of things that you can be able to do so that your website is more functional and more interactive, to be able to help customers look at your website more. When they are more on your website, they're interacting with your products, they're also interacting with your services, and in turn, you are able to convert, get leads that can actually be able to be converted into sales.
When you talk about administrative websites, what exactly, how do they operate and what are they?
I'll give you an example of 2 websites. For instance, if you go to eCitizen and you wanted to apply for your passport, after applying for your passport, what do you always do? You exit the website, right?
Yes.
Why are you exiting the website? Yet there's quite a number of information in that website because it's an administrative website.
Okay.
Let me give you another example. And for viewers watching, maybe those companies, they can actually ask me to help them do a digital audit for their website and help them make it functional. There are other companies' websites that when you go into those kind of websites, I don't want to market them. When you go into those kind of websites, you'll find like you are stuck, you're looking at what other services are they offering, what is the new. It's all about like, do those companies embrace what you call thought leadership? When you're a thought leader in your specific industry, you are the market player, you are the to-go-to person in that industry. So people will want to know more information about what are you talking about.
All right.
So thought leadership helps you, your website from transitioning from a functional website to an, from an administrative website to a functional website.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And on that note, we do take a break, but don't you go too far. We'll be back to continue with this conversation.